could hurt you too. Baby, you know I'm not getting over. Baby, you know I'm not getting over. Drama, drama. Hey, I'm starring in this drama, drama. Baby, you know I'm not getting over you. Baby, you know I'm not getting over you. Hey, I'm starring in this drama, drama because of you. Even in disco lights, I still feel every lie. Wish I could hurt you too. Baby, you know I'm not getting.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to EMUC, the European Masters Ultimate Championship, here from beautiful Bologna, bringing you action from the mixed Masters division now. Although, well, Well, there's a little bit more to it than that. Germany against France, although it's actually Germany Grandmasters because there's only 2 Grandmasters mixed teams here this week, so they've put them both in the mixed division for now. And we'll see if they get the chance to match up later in the tournament. But Germany Grandmasters mixed against France Masters mixed here for you from EMUC, and it's Benji Rees alongside the one and only Giovanni Choppo Santucci. How are we doing, Choppo?
Good morning, everyone. Buongiorno a tutti. In my town, I'm doing very good. I'm in my town to host this amazing Master European tournament. So, as you said to me before, we're going to see how this game can end. I mean, you told me that France is supposed to have the upper end in this game.
You would think so, kind of obviously being in the mixed masters as opposed to mixed grandmasters. They'd have kind of a generally younger roster. They've also got more bodies on the ground this week, so it always helps to kind of have a few more players at your disposal, especially I think in the older age divisions where maybe you're a bit more injury prone. But I say that as if I haven't been injury prone and I am nowhere near Masters, and I'm not Masters age yet. So who the heck knows anyway?
Well, we can say that France has stepped up the national game in the last years. They're representing every tournament. They are representing their country in every division, junior, from junior to master. So they stepped up in the recent years, and let's see if this pays off, even if the master.
Yeah, it's been a good few years for French Ultimate, I think, both, as you mentioned, on the international scene and in the club divisions as well, thinking about Yaka continuing to be at the top of the women's division, Chak and Is No Good both having strong seasons recently, and in the mixed division at UCF this year, Monkey and Manchot both at the upper end of the division.
And also the mixed gold medal in Limerick.
Of course, yeah, and France mixed that week were just supreme. They were phenomenal.
Yeah, let's see if this mixed team can repeat them.
Certainly, they've got a lot of talent that will be aiming to try and see if they can repeat the trick here in Limerick. France in the navy receiving up against Germany in white. Here's Cyril Kahler faking around, trying to find that little inside window, which he does to Pouponneau. Got a lot of quick disc movement, and there's Elisa Bruni just outside the end zone now with Maillard. Swinging across. Trying to get into an end zone rhythm, but not seeing what they like. Playing good, disciplined ultimate. Just resetting around the back. That one was a little bit of an adjustment.
Nice.
But they made it work, and then just the simple pop-off there from Leroc finds the intended target, and that is a nice, clean hold for France to open things up into the hands of Pauline Lemaitre.
Yeah, France just played an awesome discipline center stack. I don't know if it's because he's playing at home, but Elisa Bruni is feeling it. Elisa Bruni is one of the first Bologna player, women Bologna player that started with disco ball and then moved to Paris for study, and since then he's playing in France. So I guess France is actually a real offense threat if they play the game like this.
Yeah, they just seemed to be have everything clicking, which early on in the tournament I think is always a little bit tricky, especially when you're not necessarily going to have had the same amount of sessions as you would see maybe for an EUC team or in the club division. Kind of, they're generally a bit more spaced out, but they looked completely in full flow there.
Yeah, we also have to say that in the master division, I reckon that the offense percentage is one of the most important stat, because I think that if you keep your offense at 90, 100%, then for the other team is really difficult to win the game.
France trying to use the athleticism, going one-on-one in defense, and unfortunately for the Germans, that is just a straight-up drop through the hands of Felgner, and it's going to give great field position here for France, probably picking up maybe slightly outside the attacking red zone, just kind of slightly beyond the brick mark.
Yeah, never a good idea to swing the disc at the first pass after the pull. High stall.
And squeezing that one through the channel. Injai. Central just a couple of yards out now. Moquet. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication maybe. Really sprinted through for the dump, and in the end, just a little bit of a strange one, that.
Yeah, it was a bubbly, short pass.
Felt catchable, but Germany do get a second chance with it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah.
That one, I thought it might be setting itself for the second effort, but not on that occasion.
Well, we can say that it's strange to see German playing horizontal stack instead of vertical. It's a milestone of the German ultimate, the central stack.
I'm also thinking that maybe we'll see really old school German offense where they've got that isolation set up in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
Haven't
true.
really seen that in a few years, but many teams call it German offense for a reason. As look at the hand speed there
What a
to
snatch.
smuggle that one away. Fair play, excellently done by Getzlaff. And now looking for the inside window, and he gets the
nice.
bookends as well. Does Getzlaff on the wonderful inside shot from Andreas Schönebeck.
Yeah, nice assist from Schönebeck. It was a nice, smooth inside of 30 meters, right into the end zone. I mean, if teams get their vibe going with the offense and they can keep up in defense, just chasing, I think that we could have a very nice game, an intense one too.
I think the quick interception there was really helpful for the Germans because it didn't allow France to really get their defense set, get into position and try and clamp things down. Everything just moving a little bit quicker.
Yeah, we have to say Germany lost the disc in the first pass, but held their ground in defense right in front of the end zone. So kudos to them.
One of those things that you often talk about as a defender, as a defensive unit, is you want to take away the easy scoring option. Maybe you fill in from the back, so you allow them to perhaps have some easier reset passes if it means you just stop those quick scoring strikes. And sometimes you can almost just bore out the turnover from your teammates, as that is a pick.
Yeah, pick in the back of the stack to get the disc back. We can see France that is playing with a first person from the stack, getting out as soon as the pull is caught, and then just playing with the flow of the center stack. They like to play with the first person in the stack.
So here's Albert.
Yeah.
Nice quick disc movement down the far sideline.
Wow.
And they squeeze that one in for Lemaitre's second goal of the game.
If
Cyril
France
Kayler's
can keep
Sorry.
up,
Yeah, go ahead.
if France can keep up this flow, not much this intensity, but just this flow, I don't know how many teams could stop them.
Yeah, Cyril Kayler is going to be such a rock for them in the backfield. Based out of Bordeaux, although he's started actually playing his ultimate in Australia, 22 years ago in the Australian Capital Territory, so Canberra. Worked for just a small company, but it just happened to have the president of the Aussie Federation and two of their national team players. So, not bad people to learn from, and most people will know him now as probably as Mr. Force. So providing kind of many of Europe's elite, keeping them looking fresh and clean out there, including, of course, ULTI.TV.
Yeah, for sure. ULTI.TV, best in the world. Like and subscribe.
The man speaks truth.
Yeah. I'm thinking about trademarking that.
Yeah. I think you're onto a winner there, Chopo.
Nice big pull.
Going to watch that one all the way into the hands is Felgner. Now breaking down the far sideline. They set up their isolation space really well for Moreau, but going to be a stoppage here. I think a pick maybe on the cut might explain how she got quite so much separation.
Yeah, we can see Germany is still looking for that three-ender setup, but a central stack in the second part of the pitch.
Oof. Ooh, a little hammer that was just dropped into the bucket for Kram. Kram ripping it down the far sideline on a rope for Lilo Struber to make it 2-2.
Sweet backhand. It was, it was just a break side point. A nice break, hammer break, and then a nice on the flow backhand.
Yeah, I must admit the hammer caught me off guard a little bit there.
Yeah, the hammer always catch you off guard. You can ask Moon.
especially over such a short space. But it did the trick. The mark wasn't expecting it, was able to drop it in the bucket and then turn, pivot downfield. And often when you're throwing tight to the sidelines, you've got to be so precise because you do not get a lot of margin for error. But that one was exactly where it needed to be.
As I say when I coach, the sideline is your enemy. So Germany is playing with this nice 3-handler 4-man stack, and we can say that they play from the top 2 position of the stack, like France is doing with the top one. They look a bit less disciplined than France, but we'll see along the match and along the tournament if they get the feeling going.
Kayla and Bruni in the backfield. Now getting a little bit of help here from Pichari. Number of this France side would have been representing PUC last year. They took home the gold medal at EMUC in the Mixed Masters division. Here's Kayla, chopping his feet, breaking around, slicing through the middle of the field. Can't take advantage of the break side continuation though. Kayla again going to orchestrate from the base of that offense. And now slinging the early blade down the sideline. Fernand finds her target of Pichari, and France's O-line is yet to turn it over.
Yeah, they're playing very clean offense. They managed to use all the width of the pitch in this point, and that got them a little more space and a little more like time to think about the next throw, and they never seems to be in a stress situation. Either a dump or a swing, and you get going the flow again.
It's so difficult as a defender downfield when the disc is constantly swinging from sideline to sideline, because you're always having to alter your position in order to try and get yourself in the best setup to make sure that you're shutting off that easy release valve, especially at the front of the stack downfield.
Yeah, no, when the offense when handlers are moving the disc a lot, for cutters is nearly impossible to keep the force. Disc is OB.
Not the greatest pull ever, so that'll give Germany a chance to get it from the brick mark, although maybe they will take some solace in the fact that they'll get a chance to get their defense nice and set when they do so. Although actually I think they're just going to choose to take it from the sideline. I didn't realize quite how early the disc left the field of play. Müller on the mark up against Felkner. Try and set up the up line. Comes late and it's well defended there by Julien Gabriel.
Yeah, first pass, up line, it's always a tough throw. You need to be pinpoint with that throw.
Yeah, need to get it out nice and early, because otherwise the window closes so quickly.
And also that you're scared of poaches or just overthrowing it.
But that is going to give it right back, right on the end zone line. And that's going to give it right back again. Was that was that hand blocks on consecutive passes?
Yeah, 2 hand block on 2 consecutive dumps. Let's see if the France can break this time.
Njai zips one into the center that Tahar handles well. Now they're trying to get their offense moving at speed. A lofty shot all the way across the field. Defender, I thought, misread it, but recovered superbly to get into position for the block.
Nice box out. Nice box out from Andreas Schönebeck in the end zone.
France's D-line's had a couple of opportunities, but Germany have managed to get it back, and now they're trying to shoot, fading it across the field. Defenders in the area, not going to matter, because it's ripped down by Inga Moreau for the German goal.
Unbelievable catch. It's just it's just a matter of how bad you want it in those cases. She was sandwiched into the 2 players, Inga Moreau, and she just threw her hands up there and came down with the disc.
Yeah, put a name on the space nice and early, and even though there was the help defender coming in over the top, didn't really seem flustered by it at all.
Yeah, it was just, the throw was not that easy to read, I think, but she managed to stay on the line of the throw and just let the disc fall in front of her. But we can see the big jump from the big man in the end zone here. And then again here, the big huck.
Yeah, I think the huck has got the right edge on it here because it's fading towards the break side and thus over the top of the defender, of course, positioned on the open side. And while the help defender comes in, it's a case of too little, too late. And often, especially when the disc is hanging up there, you can get quite hefty collisions. But I thought they did a pretty good job of avoiding or minimizing body contact. So the crafty Kayla has Bruni underneath. It sounded like that was tipped, but didn't get enough on it, and it still ends up in Picheri's clutches. This France offense, though, looking metronomic so far. Just continually moving it sideline to sideline, back and forth. That's
big
spicy,
throw.
though, and that one did not come out right at all. And I think Picheri knew it.
Yeah, they should have looked at the bottom of the end zone before, because number 42 for France, 43, Roman Terrier. We have a 42 on the shorts, but
not on the roster, which is very helpful.
yeah. But anyway, we had a big throw. It was completely free at the bottom of the end zone, but they didn't see it, and then once they saw it, it was too late.
So this is the first time that the German mixed Grandmasters D-line has got the disc all game. Something's fallen out of somebody's pocket.
Pick. Game resumed.
Kayla will catch up, but didn't think he would have had a play on the disc, so they're not going to send it back. And that shot down the sideline never really had enough juice.
Yeah, no, a bit of miscommunication. The cutter was coming under, and she threw it for the overpass. So now France has another chance. I'm not getting braked.
Now they want to open it up with the deep shot. Trying to find the isolated player one-on-one deep, but that's a very good job of defending there by Katarina Tak.
Yeah, we can see that the two teams are getting head-to-head. They're getting the measures from the other team. Boom.
And now Germany going to strike deep again. That time they're lasering it to the target, Hatterman. Hatterman back to Plain to Hatterman. And the first break goes the way of the German Grandmasters.
Yep. Hatterman with the first break.
Bit of an upset potentially brewing. Of course, a lot of time left in this game. But France, the O-line, the first 3 points just seemed so assured. And actually the first possession of that point they did as well. Then they got the one dicey turnover in the end zone. And it just kind of seemed to put them a little bit out of rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah, they had the chance to score twice on the previous offense for Germany, but they didn't break. So, and now they got break. So, you gotta face the consequences of your action.
Yeah, obviously all hope is not lost for France. Still midway through the first half, but this is probably not what they had in mind.
Yeah, as I said, Germany looks like they're getting the, as we say in Italian, they're getting the measures, they're getting the right set on this France offense, and they're just trying to slowly get in the rhythm and stop in their flow. Now we have to see when their offense will go up, if they have a clean offense.
Yeah, they're rotating players through that O-line, so evidently just feel like the best option is to give the 7 they had out there a bit of a break. Here's Müller. Faking the backhand, still count rising, having to put it deep. Lucas Donnell, is he going to be able to keep it in bounds? I don't think he is.
Well, we can say that this German no-under defense, really stressing the France offense. That changed up the line of his offense now, actually. They changed few players from the previous 3 offensive line. Elisa Bruni's down, I can see.
But evidently the plan has not worked, and it was good pressure that forced the high stall huck, which took the wrong edge to take it out of bounds, and the leading
Wow.
hammer across the field. I love that throw. Now Struber looking deep, but that one's going to be gobbled up by Müller. And it's going to be given right back.
Yeah, too bad. Too bad. Nice defense. Really nice defense. Unfortunate.
There you see him rip it down, and then was trying to just get the early one, but I think the edge that he was intending never came in. Another big one over the top, and this time it is ripped down for another break into the hands of Matthias Rupp.
You can see player are getting a lot of confidence each point they are on, so we're getting way more spicy throws and spicy Ds. This is the first day of the tournament, so
yeah, and France, I'm going to take the time out here, and this makes a lot of sense to me, Chopo, because you've conceded 3 on the bounce now. You can tell there's a bit more pomp in the German step. You know, they're kind of lasering the hammers. That one, again, you know, the defenders are in a decent enough position, but clearly for France, something's not working out here. So they're going to take the time out here. Germany Grand Masters in the mixed division up on France Masters 5-3.
We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
we're back in, Benji.
We are indeed. European Masters Ultimate Championship here from beautiful Bologna, a city I've been through a few times but never really spent any time in. Unfortunately, my depth of Bologna has generally been going from the airport to the train station on the way to Paganello and then back again. But spent a little bit of time in the city last night. Charlotte took us on a little wander, had some pizza and some gelato, and I felt like that was a really good introduction.
Yeah. I'm surprised you've never been here for Bologna's back, the most famous Bologna tournament. But anyway, back we are with France going on with Elisa Bruni.
Yeah, this is their kind of their default O-line. Obviously giving them a little bit of a break, see if the D-line could get the job done offensively. Didn't seem to work, so the O-line's now back out there trying to stop the skid. Kayla. To the backhand side, Aubert.
You can see it from home and from the stream, France is not going onto the sideline. They don't want to go near the sideline. They're just keeping the space in the center field open for some dumps and give and goes. And so far, this is working pretty good.
Nice edge there to take it around the defender. Just a little tossed backhand break.
Wow.
And then there is the separation. They finally get it on the sideline for that last scoring pass. And they punch it in from Aubert to Elisa Bruni for the goal. Sorry, it's Lemaitre with the score.
Yeah, this point looked like the first 3 point of France. They just keep going with those short and quick give and goes, not going into the sideline like I was saying. They're really keeping some simple but effective rules, I think. They want to flow, they want to keep the flow going, and they don't want to go close to the sidelines. And actually the mistakes in the previous point, they were all coming from the sidelines, so the timeout looked like they helped.
Yeah, I think the thing that they probably need to tell themselves was, for the first 3 points of the game, we played really good offense, and then there was one point where we just kind of let it slip, and maybe we we took that to heart a little bit too quickly. Actually, we'll be fine. We'll go out there and we'll put it in on offense. We're good enough to do it. And then we'll start cranking up the pressure defensively because they have forced turns from the O-line of the German mixed grandmasters. Reaching snag made there by Kram.
Horizontal setting for Germany again.
Going with tight match coverage. Trying to blade it all the way over the top, and I'm not sure they were quite ready for it.
Nice lefty from Müller.
Got to be taking advantage of these red zone opportunities with the break. It's the 5th time the French D-line has touched the disc, but they've not been able to put it in yet. That time they find the break side space, and that time it is towed down in bounds. And the French do have the break they've been craving from Müller to Taha.
Yeah, this is a good point for the France defense, and you can see that Germany is actually struggling to play in the space. They like some straight to the chest throw, but they are having some problem into space throw, like the forehand that we just saw. The ender wasn't sure if it was a overpass for her or for the cutter behind her. So I don't know if this horizontal setting is helping them to get the point. I don't know. Look, to me, it's helping the France to clog the space into the center of the pitch and stopping them from going on with their flow. Nice tiptoe here in the end zone.
Bit of toe drag swag. Nothing too outrageous, but just good presence of mind, good field awareness. So I think rather than kind of have strict O-lines and D-lines, it seems that they're just going to have a set of players that goes one way and a set of players that goes other. Keeping it goes the other, keeping everyone involved, getting them lots of pitch time, and evidently they've got the trust that no matter what they're asked to do, they can go out there and do it. As the big blading backhand pull from Kayla lands just shy of the end zone, takes a couple of bounces, and they're going to get the pressure on from the very first pass. You're seeing there the advantage of the good pull, and Kayla nips in, but a foul is called by Kappel.
Yeah, I think that, as you know, most of this time it's tough to decide if it was a fall or a dangerous play, because from our perspective, I clearly saw that the disc was touched before by the defense, but the trajectory of the run could have been dangerous. So I get the call, and yeah, it's.
And they are just going to
test the disc, and yeah, it looks like it's an uncontested foul.
Yeah, just having a little bit of back and forth with that Euro disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure Kayla was convinced, and they are going to swap the Euro disc out. Disc is going to stay in German possession, though, or that you see the effect that the pull had there, because it pinned them in deep from the very first pass. And it very nearly got that first pass turnover. That one is going to be turned over, thrown right into the hands of Lemaitre.
Looked like France stepped up their defense. They didn't like the couple of points they took before. And let's see if that does. Oh,
just too far. And much to the frustration, I think, of a lot of the French sideline.
Yeah, it was a nice opportunity. It was a big snatch in the center of the pitch, half of the field. You got to take those chances.
Yeah, and they're usually so accurate with those sort of shots, but not on this occasion.
Walking up with the disc, we can see Felix Mikkel. Oof. Tough situation.
Yeah, really struggling to try and get this one started, and so agonizing when it seems to be right in your hands, just somehow eludes you, and that is ruthless from the French. Kayla punching it straight into Lemaitre, and we are back on serve in this game. France answering with a 3-point run of their own.
Looks like France defense, when they get the disc, they have the opposite philosophy of their offense. They just want to go as fast as they can, as close as they can to the end zone, and try to put it in. So I'd say this France tactics in defense is playing actually quite good.
Yeah, it's often, you see a lot of teams, and this is not just exclusive to Ultimate actually, being quite vulnerable in transition. It's kind of being able to flip that switch from offense to defense and vice versa, and you only often need small windows, especially when you're close to the end zone, of course.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, in a situation like this with a turnover right, either at midfield or in front of the end zone, you just gotta look forward and find the open women or man.
So France will look to see if they can keep this break train rolling here.
Nice big pull, floaty.
Yeah, using gender ratio rule A, the ABBA rule, so we switch every other point. And of course the now just default prescribed puller rule as well. So with a female puller, 4 female matching players on this point. As Germany getting it to just beyond the brick mark with Felgner.
Nice fake on the sideline.
There was a signal for a pick, and then everyone kind of continued going.
Yeah, some miscommunication for a pick call, but looks like nothing happened. They're just gonna take the game back from where this was.
Yeah, I think maybe someone heard something, but in the end we are going to be checked back in. And Immen, again, the Germans love the hammers, and you can see why, as Immen just feathers one over the top into Hermicking to make a 6s.
Yeah, they just remember themselves that they are good hammer thrower at the 3rd point of the game, and from that on they just keep breaking the sideline with the hammers. If France doesn't stop the flow at the first passes and Germany finds some good breaks, if they get to the brick line, they are a threat. And now we have a timeout from Germany.
Yeah, chance for both sides to get another little breather. Currently tied at 6s here. Mixed division action from EMUC 2023. There are so many reasons to outfit your team in Force beyond just looking the part of a champion. Force offers professional design services with their dedicated graphics team. All apparel is produced in France. Force works with a local labour team and their raw materials are sourced in Europe. Force insists on transparency with no hidden fees and international express shipping. Look the part and play the part with Force Sportswear. Mixed Masters action here from EMUC 2023. It's France Mixed Masters versus Germany Mixed Grandmasters, because they've kind of squeezed the 2 divisions in together a little bit, because there were only 2 Grandmasters mixed teams that entered, Germany and Great Britain. So they will play later in the tournament to determine who the Mixed Grandmasters champion is, but it seems a little bit silly to go all the way to Bologna to play 1 game. So in order to work things out, they've slotted them into the Mixed Masters division as well. And so far, the German Grandmasters are hanging tough here, knotted at 6s on serve in the end of the first half.
Tough throw. Tough throw for Elisa Bruni that couldn't lay out properly, but France just get it back.
So
now we have France back again with the disc.
Yeah, earning their turn back quickly, just beyond halfway. Fernand again struggling to link up with Bruni. For whatever reason, those two just not on the same page at the moment at this point. That one floated towards the far side, caught in stride. Still rising, going all the way atop. Had the right edge to take it over the defence and kind of agonisingly tease them as they could only watch it sail over. Nice reach and grab there made by Hatterman. In the red zone, going with the hammer again, and it is on target again. This time it's Ulrich at the back of the end zone, and if I'm France at some point, you've got to switch the defense to go backhand, right? Because those hammers to the break side are killing you right now.
Yeah, you either switch the defense on the disc, or you either start guarding them from the back to stop the classic, let's say, number 7 cut, when you go into a point and then point to the other part of the end zone. And yeah, I mean, you can see that Germany is playing completely the opposite type of frisbee. They're playing with the in the space throw. They're using big, roundy and floaty throw, whether France is using big, quick give and goes right as soon as the pool ends. They just going with the flow and then try to find some cutter in the second half of the pitch. So I guess that's also why Germany had so many turnover, because you know it's tough to play in the space. It's really tough to throw in the space.
So here's the pool. Going to be fielded just shy of the end zone by Matthew Müller. Had a bit of an up and down game so far.
Some bit more isolation for France this time. Oh, bad mistake on a dump.
Yeah, you can scarcely afford those that close to your own end zone, because this is going to give Germany a brilliant chance to break going into half, and they receive to begin the second half as well. So they could really compound the misery.
What are the odds on a hammer now?
Well, it looks like France have made the adjustment to try and force backhand, as a leading pass in the dump is just too far and agonizingly out of reach.
Nice forehand.
France trying to strike quickly, just shy of the end zone, and popped in from Tahar, finding his target, the number 18 there, Aurélie Moquet, and that is 7-7, and that is Galaxy point.
Nice Galaxy point for the end of this first half. And as you said, back and forth, played it out well, even though it was an offense point for France. There was a quick turnover in front of the end zone, but both dumps were unprecise and fell into the ground.
It's the thing about practicing dumps and practicing resets is that it's really boring, but it's so important, because you cannot afford to be giving your opponent free turnovers, and of course the nature of the pass is that generally it's happening. If you're turning over on dumps, you're going to be turning over on average closer towards your end zone than if you turn it over going downfield. So it's one of those things that you do always need to make sure that you can never really get enough practice at.
Yeah, dumps it's terrible to have a turnover on dumps for miscommunication, because it's also so difficult for defenders to cover the dump. So most of the times it's the fault of the offense when the dumps goes on the ground. You feel responsible for those turnover.
Fielded from the roll. Sitting that one up towards the break side, attacking towards the sideline. Can they get it off into a more central position? They can. Here's Moreau. Moreau to plane. Taylor comes to apply a little bit more pressure on the force. Running it between their male matching players in the backfield at the moment.
Big swings, still playing on the sidelines.
They're struggling to really get their downfield players involved at the moment. Still count rising, but is able to find and isolate the reset, and the quick run through D from Lemaitre, who's having a phenomenal game out there for the French. Now shooting towards the far side into a congested area, 2 players there, and it hits the floor.
We saw some good intensity defense, intense, and really just not giving up. Also on this throw, it was a tough throw. It was a tough trajectory, but Germany got a hand of it. And Moreau just got a piece of it.
So playing is going to stride the disc to the front of the end zone. Not a great position to bring it in, right on that cone on the far side.
Not at all.
Nice early up line pass Sticks out the right hand to bring it down, Michael.
Nice crossing.
Tak providing the backup. Faked the little toss, and now the leader towards the far side. Too far for Hasseman.
It was a very, very nice idea. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't that good. Oh, nice.
Cheeky one down the line. Albert, back to Kayla. Trying to see this French offense get back into rhythm. Kayla with a nice reaching grab made by Lemaitre, and the little toss through that inside channel to Jeremy Pouponneau. And that brings us back on serve going into the second half. France breaking on Galaxy Point to take the 8-7 lead.
Nice, nice, very nice defense. Both times France stopped the easy pass, let Germany try to get a discount with some tough over-the-head throws. And yeah, when France stopped the hammer, the upside throws, just France looks like they have control of this game. Oh, and let's talk about this point from Lemaitre. I mean, she bulldozed her offense player twice to get the disc and just to get the turnover going, the turnover machine going.
I mean, she has been everywhere in the first half. Look at that stat line. 3 goals, an assist, and 2 blocks as well. So much of what France has done well in that first half has come through Lemaitre's hands. 8-7 France leading here. Half-time at EMUC.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Wait. Isn't this for the other apparel? We've got like new stuff, right? Bring it in.
Feast your eyes on the new fan version of our iconic ULTI.TV sweatshirts. Great fan gear available for you. Check out our new range of colors and insist on staying warm and looking fresh. Shipping is available after EUCF. Get your fan gear and be one of us.
EMUC, the European Masters Ultimate Championships 2023, here from Bologna, Italy. This ultimate hotbed playing host to 6 divisions / 4 divisions this week, depending on how you look at it, because a couple of the divisions have been folded together just to try and make things a little bit easier for the schedulers. We're in the mixed Masters division where France Masters are taking on Germany Grand Masters, and it's been a game that might be tighter than first anticipated, just on serve going into the second half. France leading 8-7 as there's a stoppage in the center of the pitch.
Yeah, a stomp. Yeah, Germany is actually using pretty wisely their offense point and their throws to not give out too much energy in this first half, while France looked like they were more intense in their defense and in their offense. For sure, the France game is a more intense one compared to the German one. Let's see who's gonna get on top at the end of the game.
Struber. The nice reaching snag rate on that is a delicious pass towards that far side. Hatteman shooting for, well, I'm not sure who, in honest, because there was only a French defender there, and he's just more than happy to watch it float harmlessly to the floor.
Yeah, the throw was done when the cutter didn't have eyes contact on it, so it was just simple miscommunication. Disc on the right, throw cutter on the left.
Müller with the French looking to break coming out of half. Finds Moquet.
Moquet is like a steam train, always running. She never stops.
Yeah, and when she picks up a head of steam, she is tough to shackle.
Just go along and, yeah, like this.
A throw from Injai is just not quite going to lead her into the end zone. A little pop off there to Afile. And Afile with the bobble. Oh, it just somehow agonizingly worked its way out of the hands.
That was just
of
unlucky.
Hui.
Just unlucky.
I thought for sure that was going to be the score. Germany get a maybe fortuitous second life, but they get it right back. Trying to play quickly off the turn again, and it's going to work again. Just 1-2, bouncing it back and forth, and again, France able to hurt the Germans in transition and make it 9-7.
Yeah, you can see how Müller is the pivot point of this offense. A lot of this passed by his hand, and his attitude, his body language is really, it looks like he has everything in control, emotionally and technically, so a lot of this goes by him before reaching the end zone for France.
And that time, just getting the disc moving, getting it quick and nice and early onto the break side, and it means that Germany are always a couple of steps behind, and Müller to Injai gives France the first point of the second half, opening things up with the break. And it's going to be the first time all game that France have had a multiple point lead.
Yeah, if you saw the first point of the game, you would say that France already had some points of advantage, but as we said, Germany held on to this first half with some big upside throws. And now France has to just keep going and run more than them. Let's see if they can keep up this energy until the last minute.
So here's the pull to come from Lemaitre for France. Bit of inside-out shape on that one. And rather than field it low to the floor, just going to choose to let that one bounce fast as the first pass goes to Kappel, and there's a pick at the front of the stack, so that's going to go back into Kappel's hands.
Yeah, you can see now on this stoppage, three-handler, center stack again for Germany. We'll see if this plays off, because I don't think three-hander with the center stack is very useful. You could have some poaches.
And, I mean, just not surprised at this point. It's another run-through block for Lemaitre.
Again.
She's unstoppable out there.
Yeah, she's just running through. Oh, my goodness. The bookhands.
Double happiness, indeed. Now 10-7 France lead. Evidently that little bit of a half-time break has done them the world of good, because they have come out so quickly in the second half. And Germany, I'm not quite sure they know what's hit them.
Wow, Pauline Lemaitre is killing this German offense line. She just covers the deep and then run through as she see the disc flying to her woman, and yeah, you can tell that she's going with another. She has another gear. We can say that she's running with another gear on this pitch.
Yeah, Lemaitre, 33 years old, based in Rennes, and plays with Mr. Frizz out there, but also kind of played out and about across France. Played with Frisbee Nantes at the World Masters Ultimate Club Championships last year in quote-unquote sunny Limerick. Not sure how much I believe that. And as well with Manchot, the mixed team from Le Mans.
I was very lucky in Limerick. Played just once with the rain. Nice pull.
Yeah, certainly it's a It's a lot more temperate here in Bologna.
Yeah, never saw this. Never lived in such a warm October in Bologna all my life. So
Really?
yeah, I think this is just a gift for this EMUC tournament that we are having. Or it's climate change, I don't know.
So what you're saying is we'll keep polluting the atmosphere because it means we get good tournaments in October.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, interesting trade-off. This German offense is it's looking very German in the sense that it's quite methodical and mechanical. And they've gone away from that a little bit in the second half, and I think it's suiting them well here.
Yeah, exactly. As I would have said, really German offense. Cutting up line, if there's a cut up line, you give the disc. If there's not, someone is coming back under into the center to recenter the disc and go into the other side.
And there's the shot down the far sideline. You can see what they were aiming for, trying to isolate Struber, but just too far out in front.
Exact same play as one in the first half that ended up with a point for Germany, and the same same runner and same cutter. This time it wasn't that precise as the first half. The throw for Lilo Struber.
So Müller is going to quarterback the offense after the turn for the French. Running that give-go movement. You can see what his plan is. Just really run those German players hard. Get the disc moving quickly and get them a step behind.
Wow. Nice pivoting. Nice pivoting from Moro.
Spreading it across the field to Gabrielle. There's another pick.
Moro is she's just running the field, having some nice tempo runs in this game.
Schoenebeck checks back in. Luca Donnell. Little toss pass there. Oh, what a throw that is. It was a spectacular bid as well.
Yeah.
I love taking it on, even if it didn't come off.
Yeah, Le Cardinal tried all to keep it on to keep it up. Ooh, nice back and break. It was just a matter of timing and strength of the throw.
You can see that the teams for our next game here are already warming up on the sidelines. The Open Masters teams of GB and Italy. I wonder why they've put us on the call for that one, Chopo.
Exactly, some big names for the next game. But here Germany is up to the end zone again.
Yeah, and didn't see the scoring option there. France shut that off well, so doing the very sensible thing, taking that open reset, trying to squeeze it down the narrow channel, and that's a really good sideline toe tap there for the score for Germany by Schoenebeck.
Yeah, unlucky France. Couldn't hold on into that nice backhand break that would have for sure opened the space in that point. So now Germany is not giving up. They don't want to lose this game. They know how important it is, the first game of the tournament, and they really want this win.
Yeah, they are very much still in this game, and they've put 3-point runs together in this game already. So it's, you know, certainly not beyond reach here. And France have been good, but they've not been perfect.
Exactly. It looks like France have this burst of energy when they get in control, and also looks like they know they can win this, but then Germany just silently working onto the pitch and just getting some break after another. We'll see if they have if France will go down as the end of the first half, or if they keep up these 3 points.
Again, just at that awkward height where have to let it skim across the floor before picking it up. Bruni wants it out of the hands quickly to Kayla. And now Aubert. Pouponneau. Kayla clears through. Just a little jab in there from Aubert, as that's a riser, but very good backup provided by Kayla.
Yeah, Kayla just saw the throw and put himself behind. Oh, but that's not enough.
Just could have done with putting a little bit more finesse on that final pass there from Picheri.
Yeah, I guess France is feeling a bit of the pressure, so they're pushing a bit more their throws, and that could result in such mistakes as this one.
It's 100% the right option.
You have to throw it. You have to throw it, and you have to go and get it, but not all the time it works.
French defenders pass a bracket off that deep cut, and the swing goes in the backfield instead. Still just in their own end zone. This is a really dangerous field position, and you could tell that maybe it was weighing on the Germans a little bit there because it forces the underthrow.
Oh.
Just punching that one into the front of the stack there. Bruni to Picheri for the score.
The Bolognese player for France making the assist. Elisa Bruni. Yeah, I thought for a second that there was a possibility of a Callahan.
Yep,
Given the
me
pressure.
too.
Given the pressure of France, they just, when they turn it over on the sideline, they just put up this poachy force defense that just allows Germany to swing the disc, and if they don't do it properly, the turnover is already there. So, yeah, they didn't manage to get the Haaland, but 2 passes, point. So, France is happy with this offense, but still, it wasn't a clean offense. So, let's see if this will bother mentally France before the end of the game.
It's interesting because, on the one hand, you really want the Callahan. You know it can be such huge energizer for a team, but you don't want to overcommit to it because often if you do, then if they can get that release valve off, then all of a sudden you're out of position. They can work downfield quickly, and I don't think France got too overeager there. They were still kind of applying pressure. If they could get it, obviously great, but if not, then they were still in position to force the rush downfield throw, which is what they got.
Yeah, also for the offense, when you go out of your end zone and then end up scoring, it's like a huge energy bump for you. Oh, nice throw.
That one on a line to Hermeking. And now Kram with the hammer again. Oh, just pinged off the hands of Felkner.
Yeah, that's the danger with hammer. Are they going over you, or are they just stopping and floating right besides you? It's always a matter of really getting to know your teammates and how they love to throw hammers. If they like to throw it deep or they like to throw it flatter, let's say.
And it's tricky when you're trying to take it on the run as well and you're stretching. You just kind of don't have that nice consistent base to watch it into. That reset was set quite far away and it forces the lofty over the top. I think he landed on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I think too. I thought he was going for the greatest. But I don't know. Would you go for the greatest that close to your end zone?
I think I'd just try and toe it in.
Yeah. Yeah, probably is the best solution.
Now Iman looking for the blade. Oh, that is cheeky. Really sliced that one in there. And it's Iman to Struber for the score.
It's sort of a Huckendee game.
A little bit. Obviously, they'd you'd rather have the score first time round, but they forced the quick turnover, and then that one taking on the aggressive break down the sideline into that tight channel, and it worked wonders. I just want to talk about the French offense though, because their reset handler was set so far away that it meant they had to get really expansive with the option trying to activate and find them in space all the way across the field. And this is just ruthless after the turn.
Yeah, I think the energy level is playing a big important factor in this kind of situation. When you take yourself out, staying away from the disc because you're tired and you just want to recover from the run you just had. And France wasn't perfectly set up after this turnover, and unfortunately they couldn't swing it as they always did in their offense points. You can tell when they don't find the center of the pitch, then it's then that France has their problems. You can see how fast they look for the center of the pitch for the pulls after the pulls.
Yeah, keep it nice and central. It gives them both sides to attack, and we know, and because they've demonstrated it throughout the game, that they do have those break throw options when they want them.
Yeah, exactly. You see, they go on with give and goes between the handlers, dump and swings, and then when they see, finally there's an open cutter on the sideline, they just hit it, like Lemaitre here.
But when they do get it on the sideline, they never try and really kind of flow tight to the line. It's always, okay, we've made our yardage gaining passes towards the sideline. We'll have one look downfield, and then we'll try and get it in a more central position. And Kayla has it in a place to just float that little toss pass in to Maillard for the score. That was nice, clean, crisp French offense.
Yeah, France looked like the more they play, the more they find the synergy they need for this tournament. And actually, as you described their play, it came to my mind really a German offense.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
They're making a lot of triangle cuts, going deep, back on the sideline, and then cutting back into the center of the stack. And if there's no stack, they're just going to receive as a new handler inside the center of the pitch. And I think that the energy level of the German defense is dropping a notch. So looks like France is having the upper hand on the end of this game. There's still 3 points to go, 40 minutes. Let's see if Germany can take out the rabbit from a hat.
Yeah, we've seen that they've not been afraid to maybe delve into the bag of tricks that they've got at their disposal. Up 12-9, 3 in front with 3 to win.
Yeah. France again with the pull here. Gender ratio pull.
And I think this one, I thought it was going to land out of bounds, so a little bit surprised that Strube chose to catch that one, but evidently I think just maybe valued trying to get their offense in motion a little bit quicker.
Oh.
Past the bidding Lucas Donnell, who's shown that he's more than willing to throw himself around.
Yeah. Had some question on the pool. We're going to go back to it later.
I'll make a mental note of it, Chopo.
Oh, look at that nice raise at D from Müller.
Schoenebeck.
Back and forth now for France.
And there is a pick, so I think that one is going to go back. Indeed, it is. Rupp. Just creating just a little bit of a rub against those players in the stack.
Yeah, Strube again with the disc, forcing back in France now. Strube's going to go for the reset. No.
Felgner.
The French defense is glued to their cutters.
Really making things hard. They might go for the up line here into the tightest of windows. That's really well defended by France there. But High still had to try something.
Yeah, I mean, as we said before, on the upline cuts and throws, you gotta be pitch perfect. You have 1 second and 1 centimeter to throw that disc, and it's always difficult when the defense is so.
And the Callahan gives it right back to Germany. We had talked about how the spacing on the turn for the French had been less than ideal, and it was thrown right into the lap of the defender. And I'll be honest, I'm not quite sure that they could believe their luck.
Yeah, this was just the thieves' point, a quick reflex, pickpocketing. I mean, the French player, we're going to watch the replay. The French player didn't expect to get the dump so early on the stall, and it was just not ready to be in motion, but the defender instead, number 8 Kram, just was looking with his foxy eyes at the disc and just read the situation.
Yoink.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the cutter just didn't, the handler didn't start running, and number 8, Matthias Kram, just started running for the disc even before the other handler and just grabbed it. Amazing. This is a huge energy switch for the game, huh?
Yeah, it really kind of puts the wind into the German sails. I'm just going to bring you back to the point about the start of that point there when Struber chose to catch the ball on the sideline when could have taken the brick. What do you think about that one, Chopper?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, it was dangerous because I don't know if the other foot was up when she caught the disc, so she could actually be called out of bound. But it didn't look like any of the team from France was from France was just bothered by it. Ooh.
And that one trying to get a little hand in the way. Hatterman does indeed get the block. The Germans trying something a little bit different defensively, and it works.
This is tough.
Giving themselves a good opportunity here to get their first break of the second half.
We said it, the energy after Callahan is switching. Oh, nice.
And that one is
nice.
Gobbled up there by Picheri on the run through. Couldn't make it count. And now France again trying to hit quickly in transition.
Nice.
Picheri down the sideline, finds the intended target, and that is Tahar. And that is going to make it 13-10 to France.
They needed this point. They really needed this point. And actually you can tell that France, I think they're communicating a lot on the sideline because they are learning from their mistakes. You see, they tried this classic pointing one corner and going to the other in the first half. They did it a couple of times, and both time was a turnover. So now they're just forcing themselves to play closer to the disc in the close sideline, not crossing the pitch with huge throws that really didn't play for them in the first half. So the energy is dropping, but I think mentally France is keeping the focus.
I've decided, by the way, that the 42 is probably the 43 because I haven't seen anyone wearing 43 out there. So I think it's
exactly.
Romain Terrier.
Yeah, I guessed it right, luckily. But so for anyone who will watch another France mixed game, number 42 is actually number 43, Romain Terrier.
And this is his first time playing for the French national team.
Good luck to him.
It's really interesting when you kind of look at the various rosters. There are some players who've kind of played through all the different age groups, and there are some who are out here representing their country for the first time. Hermaking spots a stoppage downfield.
Wow, guys, I don't know if you saw it, but we are 13-10, and Laurent Guillaume just had this huge run on the pool to stop the dump, and the reset was amazing. Just such intensity.
There's not a lot of separation, but Germany so far are trying to make it stick. Iman, is that one going to come in bounds? I think it would have done, and it required the block from Julien Gabriel. That is the risk of going down the sideline, because obviously your receiver's got to stay in bounds, but the defender, Gabriel, was under no such obligations and smacked it out of the way, wasn't going to give the chance for it to take the edge and be caught for the score.
Yeah, but the throw from Iman was incredible, was really at the bottom corner of the end zone. It was if it was a flow throw, in the motion, it would have been perfect, but the still count was high. The defense was clogging up the space. You know the offense is going to just hack it.
First pass.
Wow.
Goes deep into France's end zone, but this time they're able to make it work and get a bit of flow from it. Bobbled, but back into the lap of Bertou. Gabriel, pick downfield.
Ooh, that's too bad.
Came out of the hands of Moke anyway.
I think this is a turnover.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think the pick call really affected the throw or the reception.
Yeah, the rule says that you have to catch it. If she didn't stop, yeah. If she didn't... If Moke didn't stop, yeah, that's a turnover for sure. There was a pick. Yeah, people are moving, but it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
The check-in rule wasn't really respected here, but everyone seems fine.
I think they are just going to...
yeah. Falkner is just going to check it in like the old rules. Like the yeah, okay, now we're going to do it properly. People are going back, and Moreau is going to check in the disc, and people are going to get moving.
I'm sure a lot of these players would have played under more resets than I can count. Although I don't know how much. what that says about my counting.
Ooh,
But they got
nice
it right
throw.
there. So at the isolation to Iman, and that one was good pressure there from Moke, clearly eager to earn that turn back.
Yeah, France is really, really putting up this pressure, covering from the back, the last cutters, and just pushing them under. You know, it's... Oof.
But again, it's problems in the reset. That one just thrown a little bit too far by Anthony Afile. And that is how you take advantage of it, right on the end zone line, and punched it on the very first pass by Kram to Struber.
They almost got the chase down block. From Cyril. She was running all out to get that chase down block. I don't think she missed it by much.
There are a couple of other mixed Masters games going on at the moment. Belgium are up 13-11 on Germany. Great Britain have dispatched Slovakia 15-7. And there's also one great Grandmasters Open game going on, and that is France 10, Germany 9.
Yeah, you can tell the body language of both teams changed. The energy is really dropping now. I think this point for Germany is really important because they get the disc so close to the end zone. Even though it was a long point, at the end they got the disc really close to the end zone, and they just could pop it in with one pass. So let's see. France should have been to 14 now. France, let's see if they can take back those mistakes and just work their way to the end of the game.
Yeah, whatever the result here, there's definitely learnings that both sides can take. And also the game's being played at quite a pace because it's 13-11.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So you know, it's not been exactly, I think, the slow pace that Masters sometimes unfairly gets the reputation of being.
Wow, this is a nice handler work from France.
Yeah, Germany adjusting things, going with the zone. I like the idea, but France did not seem bothered by it at all. Just ran through it as if it wasn't even there. Kayla to Leroc for the score.
Mamma mia, what a point. What a point. The key of this point was the deep dump and then the swing back onto the handlers, and they just had a quick give and go that allows them to break the first cup and get it over the first cup. And then from that on was just easy passing drill to open players. So now it's just
so simple in the end. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think a lot of teams are too static against zones, and really just attacking with it with a little bit of dynamism. Got there in the end. Really helps. Like just taking the little pass there from Kayla and then following it up to get the disc back in the hand, so you're attacking it on the run, you're resetting the stall count, you're forcing the cup a little bit backwards, it opened up the space to spread it out over the top. Yeah, that's brilliant zone offense there from the French. Germany, I think they're right to play it. You know, there's the old phrase that you shouldn't lose a game without trying a zone at some point, because you never know, it might cause them a problem, and that time it wasn't to be. But going through the thought process, it all makes sense.
Yeah, and also I love, as a deep man during the zone play, I love when the offense keeps the disc steady and doesn't move it around too much. So when
sideline number 3,
when that happened, I mean, zone then can be tough to beat when you don't move the risk around too much, and the deep man can see and communicate to everyone. So when that happens with La Fota, I'm bumped because I know the turnover is gonna come.
And we saw that play out pretty much exactly as you described it at EUCF.
Yeah, well, didn't end up the way we liked it, but yeah, there were some good zone points. But now back again with German offense to get the 14-12.
So France could end it with a break here, but Germany, of course, will try and prolong this for as long as they can. Strub on the far sideline, centering to Schoenebeck.
Always difficult, this back end with no pivot.
Moreau threatening the break against Injai. Kram wants the hammer again. And Kram nails the hammer again. Just pings that right into the breadbasket of Lilo Struber. That has been a real weapon for the Germans.
Yeah, this was directed, pointed with the finger, called upon, and then through. And it was just a pancake catch, an easy pancake catch. Actually, it's just a very tough throw to do. This perfect, like 40 meters up, upside down hammer, right into the end. No room for mistake. 14-12. Boom.
And the force, you know, you can see that Tahar sees the point and says, I know what's coming here. So he tries to get the hands up, but he just can't quite do it in time.
Yeah, also some poach from the cutter to prevent the hammer, but it was just too perfect. For assist for our man Matthias Kram. Amazing.
Yeah, well, that's quite a stat line, of course. A couple of turnovers, which he'd probably like to eliminate, but a goal, 4 assists and a block as well is not a bad morning's work. France now going to be receiving with a chance to finish the game.
Big line. I think it was the original O-line of this game.
Kayla catching the ball, just popping the first pass to Bruni. Oof. Putting it on the run.
And then again, dump. And
this time the timing of the continuation's not quite there, but they do get it to Terrier. Again, just staying calm and staying patient here,
yeah,
or trying to, at least the French.
You can see that the handler are very close to give space to Carter to go around and just... And that ends the game.
That is indeed the game. Kayla finding the target of Picheri, and that is 15-12 France final. They made it a little bit tough on themselves in the first half. They let the German Grandmasters get a little bit of a lead, but it was that strong run they had coming in and out of half. They were 7-6 down and then, you know, scored, broke on Galaxy Point, got a couple of breaks to begin the second half to take it to 10-7, and then the two teams just traded out from there.
Yeah, they won also despite the Callahan, so I guess this is a positive point for them. They didn't give up, even though maybe the energy was switching a bit. But yeah, as you said, Beji, it was just a matter of making a bit more difficult than what it was, I would say. There was some miscommunication, some bad throws, some couple of bad dumps that actually played really good for Germany. So this is the first game. If you can clean these things up, I think France could have a big run for this weekend.
Yeah, certainly I think if I was France, my main takeaway for this game probably would be tightening those reset patterns, just making sure we know, are these going to be thrower-led, cutter-led, how are we doing this, as you take a little bit of a look at the match stats there, powered by our friends at Force Sportswear. 15-12 final score, the 5 breaks for France to the German Grandmasters 3. Generally the offense just a lot cleaner, 7 clean holds to 3, and generated nearly twice as many break chances, and generally that's going to win you games, Chopo.
Yeah. France really just played this good, not always good, obviously not all the points were good, but this way of playing the offense in the Master Division also, so it means that has a lot of energy to spend, but also if you get the upper end of your opponent, it's pretty disturbing for the other team, because Germany, every time they pulled, they couldn't really stop the transition from France. They just had a couple of points where they had some miscommunication or some bad throws, but when the disc from the pool was going into the center, then France had control of the space of the disc, and it was really, they looked in control in those points. So I would be scared if I was the other team in the mixed division this weekend.
Yeah, so final score here in this game is going to be 15-12. Don't go anywhere, because in a little over 20 minutes' time, we are back into the Open Masters division with Great Britain versus Italy, a game that I'm sure is going to more than deliver.
Exactly.
So while we get warmed up for that, thanks everyone for watching ULTI.TV's coverage of the European Masters Ultimate Championship. A reminder to like, subscribe, make sure you get notified, all that good stuff, and help support the growth of Free Ultimate by becoming a member of our Patreon, patreon.com/ULTI.TV. For Giovanni Choppo Shantucci alongside me, Benji Reese, we'll see you on the other side.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, best in the world.
I dream and fantasize that I come by your house, telling you about my regrets. Why did I have to break it up? Guess I was way too shallow, my mind was way too narrow. I thought that I'd be better off, but now I pay the price I do. I don't know how to forget you, I can't forget you, you're always on my mind. I do the things that I should do, so I can't forget, but you're always on my mind. Thought you'd be gone by tomorrow, but you're still there tomorrow, and the next day, the next day. I wish I wouldn't remember how you make me feel better in the best ways, the best ways. I know why we say goodbye, but can we turn that bye into hello? I know how to love you now. No matter what I do, I can't let go. I don't know how to forget you, I can't forget you, you're always on my mind. I do the things that I should do, so I can't forget, but you're always on my mind. Thought you'd be gone by tomorrow, but you're still there tomorrow, and the next day, the next day. I wish I wouldn't remember how you make me feel better in the best ways, the best ways.
Thank you. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.